is Eddie Guerra, and I am the sheriff of Hidalgo County. Hidalgo County is located in South Texas on the U.S.-Mexican border. Hidalgo County is the seventh largest county in Texas, and Texas is made up of 254 counties. This county has about 1 million people, so we are considered a major county. I have been the sheriff in April of next year. I'll be celebrating my 10th year as the sheriff. So I got into law enforcement because basically I got married and started a family in a small rural community on the northern part of our county. Back in the early 90s, there was a lack of law enforcement, and I felt that we needed some law enforcement there, especially starting a young family. And I came to talk to the sheriff. He was telling me about the lack of resources that he had, but he explained to me about a program called you can be a reserve, and so I decided to become one of his reserves. I just felt that law enforcement was in my blood, so instead of pursuing my career in agriculture, I pursued a career in law enforcement. I ran for the elected constable here in this county, and I was the constable for 6 years, and then the county commissioners appointed me sheriff after the office was vacated. I was appointed in April 2014 and ran in the general election that same year and was elected sheriff. Hidalgo County is the seventh largest, and we're on the Texas-Mexico border. The other most populated county is El Paso. El Paso also has the same amount of population, but there's a difference in our two counties. The sheriff in El Paso only has the city of El Paso and I believe 2 other PDs. Here in this county, I have 21 different cities, actually 22, but 21 of those have their own police department. And then I also have 7 school districts that also have PDs, 2 university PDs. I am blessed to have the sector located, the United States Border Patrol located here in Hidalgo County. I also have the regional office of my state partner, which is our Texas DPS. So we have a large presence of law enforcement. Also had the honor of being appointed and elected as the president and chairman of the Southwest Border Sheriffs Coalition. And this is a coalition made up of sheriffs from San Diego, California to Brownsville, Texas. There's 33 sheriffs in this coalition, and I'm currently on my 2nd year as serving as president. I am also the Border Security Chairman of the Major County Sheriffs of America. The Major County Sheriffs of America is made up of counties that have a population of more than 500,000, and you have to have more than 500 sworn. So only 130 counties qualify to be a major county. I think that, my job as a sheriff is to make sure that everybody that works, lives, and travels in my community, that they feel safe and secure. I'm also elected by my community, and the power in the office of sheriff is very powerful. To be a Texas sheriff, I try to stay humble, and I try to treat everybody that I meet and that my deputies service, that we give them good service. And it doesn't matter what type of social, economic status that they have in the community, we're going to give them the best service that we can. And I think that people respect me because of that. The Hidalgo County is in the Rio Grande Valley sector of the United States Border Patrol. And for the longest time, we were the busiest sector on the southwest border. And that really affected me because I'm the sheriff. The focus of that crisis was always in Hidalgo County. Because of that, it gives this community it brings it in a bad light, so to speak, because everybody thinks there's so much violence going on down here. And that's not true. In fact, Hidalgo County, along with El Paso, Cameron, we're one of the safest counties, and yet we're on the border. If you look at our crime statistics, if you look at my murder rate, compared to other counties of our size, cities of our size, we're on the very low part of the spectrum. Border security is a big topic, and nowadays it affects everybody in the United States because of everything that is happening, whether it be on the immigration side or on the drug side, is coming through the southwest border. Today, it just seems that we have an administration in the White House that is not paying attention. We feel abandoned by our Washington elected officials more on the side of the White House, and we have asked them to come down here to see for themselves what the decisions that they make, their policy decisions, how it affects the border communities, and now how it's affecting throughout the rest of the United States. Just this last year, 2.2 million non-citizens coming across the southwest border. 2.2 million. That put a tremendous strain on not only our local resources, but it puts a tremendous strain on our federal partners that have to deal with that. And our state partners are here doing a really good job. And we, when I say we, our county and our local partners, we try to do what we can. But I have to continue servicing my constituents because those calls for service keep coming in. I can't step away from my mission of protecting my community to take care of a federal problem. But we're going to assist them. We will always assist them when we can, and we do on a daily basis. But 2.2 million coming across, tying up our federal partnered resources. But just last year, 600,000 known gotaways. What I mean by known gotaways, these are people that they actually see on the cameras going by, but yet they've got nobody to respond to go confront these people and take them into custody. So 600,000, and yet we know that at least 151 known terrorists were caught. How many of those 600,000 are coming in to possibly do harm to the United States? Last year alone, 18,652 of those non-citizens had violent criminal convictions or wanted for violent offenses. So how many of those 600,000 people, known gotaways, are also convicted criminals or wanted murderers? This last year, 109,000 people dying because of fentanyl overdoses. That's the equivalent of a 737 crashing every day, and yet nothing is done about it. 80% of the fentanyl is being imported in this country by 2 Mexican cartels. And so we've been asking Congress, the White House, the Senate, to declare those cartels as terrorist organizations so they can use all the power of our military, our intelligence agencies to shut them down. We've given up on the vice president, and we went directly to the president. We have asked him, my county judge has sent him numerous letters to please come down and visit this community. Come see for yourself. And you know what's sad about it is that he'd be very welcomed here in this county. He doesn't come. He doesn't see for himself what his policy is doing to the resources of not only the border, but the resources of the communities. Because every state is now a border state, because what happens on the southwest border doesn't stay on the southwest border. In Hidalgo County, all the people, these non-citizens that come in here, it's just a pass-through. And it ends up in urban communities throughout the United States, in New York and Denver and Chicago and in California, where now they're saying, hey, man, we're busting at the seams here. You know, I was asked that the other day, you know, if you were president, Sheriff, what would you do? You just got to make good policy. Simple policy change. Immigration policy can solve this problem. But yet, the two factions do not want to give in. They don't want to come to the table and sit down and hash it out to figure out a good policy. Now, we need legal immigration. There's no doubt in my mind that this country needs legal immigration. And there's a way to do it. Illegal immigration is not the answer, and that's currently what we're having right now. What that policy is, I'm a sheriff. I'm not a senator, and I'm not a congressman. That's not my job. That's for them to decide. But I'm telling them what we need. We need good policy. I have talked to sheriffs when I go to these major conferences, and I've talked to them, and they know the problem. They know the issues because they deal with it. But yet, they don't want to talk about it. Their people don't want to talk about it. But they're getting the message out. They're helping us get that message out. And hopefully, our Washington elected officials will start doing something. Now, there are some coming down here, and I'm meeting with them one-on-one. I don't like it when they come in groups and they do their photo ops. They go back and they don't do anything. But the ones that have been successful, the ones that are coming here one-on-one, we sit down and we talk about it, see the problem for themselves, and they don't take they're not here for a photo op and political opportunities. Hidalgo County is 90% Hispanic. If you would walk down in, let's say, downtown McAllen, where there you'll see a lot of the older Hispanic families, and you would talk to them about immigration, they'll be the first to tell you that what's happening today is not right, because the majority of the people that live in this county that are Hispanic, first, second, third, fourth generation Americans, but they came and they did it the right way, they did it the legal way, and it was hard. What they're seeing today, they don't agree with it, and they're upset. Quite frankly, you know, this is a Democratic county, but yet on this issue, they don't like it. Just like all the border counties, they want change. But you know, to my constituents, when they're away and they're visiting or they're talking to people that are not from this county, from other states, you know, I'm asking them to tell them the story of how, you know, they live on the border, but it's safe, but something needs to be done about this illegal immigration and this crisis that we're currently going through today. I'm running again for my fourth term, and this is one of my biggest honors, besides being a father and a grandfather, is being the sheriff of this great county. And I want to continue being the sheriff. I've really enjoyed it. Again, it's an honor, and I've decided to give it 4 more years, and we'll do another 4 more years, and then we'll decide whether I do another 4 more years. So I started 9 years ago to where we are today. We've made some major progress. We went from a office that was not very well trusted, where today we're an office where people have come down, and we've been recognized nationally for some of the good work that my staff has been doing. So, and we're going to continue moving this office forward.